to come before you today to present the 2024 Oyo State Appropriation Bill. This year's presentation is special in two significant ways. First, this is the first full budget presentation since our re-election into office in March 2023. In spite of voting the way we usually vote, we're still here. And so this budget presents an opportunity for us to show how we are matching our promises as stated in our Oyo State Roadmap for Sustainable Development 2023 to 2027 with definite action plans. Second, this budget is a chance for our administration to show our responsiveness to the current economic headwinds. You will agree that the effects of the twin action, that is, the removal of fuel subsidy and the removal of the dollar to naira currency peg by the federal government, have brought hardship to our people. Therefore, this budget proposal will cover specific projects, policies, and actions, which, when implemented, will cushion the impact of the economic issues that we're currently faced with. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members of the House, it is on record that through these difficult times, our administration has been proactive in responding to the hardship our people face. We were the first state to roll out a subsidized bus service in June 2023 to help our people save on transportation costs following the removal of the fuel subsidy. Also, while other states were focused on providing palliatives to their people, we were thinking about more sustainable solutions. And this brought the Sustainable Action for Economic Recovery, SAFER initiative in August 2023. SAFER had various components. Well, you can't say we won't have children in the... I guess that wasn't covered by the House rule as presented by Honorable Bengo Yekola. What I'll say is is in the spirit of the time. Please give him or her a lawyer. SAFER had various components, but even the food relief package, which some will have seen as a palliative measure, had a deeper impact on our economy, as all purchases for the package were made within the zones of distribution. So this ensured that the funds circulated within our local economy. We did not buy Gari in Ibadan to take to Shaki, and we did not buy food components in Shaki for us to take to Oyo. No. From our zones, we bought those food items, and the food circulated within the economy of the zones. Just last month, we implemented a 6-month salary award of 25,000 naira for civil and public servants and 15,000 naira for pensioners in our Estate, which was to start from October 2023. And this wage award injected an additional 2.2 billion naira into our economy. This, in addition to the consistent payment of salaries on the 25th of every month for the last 4 years and 6 months, have further stimulated our economy. It is against this backdrop that we have tagged our 2024 budget the Oyo State Budget of Economic Recovery. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members of the 10th Assembly, it is my honor to present a total budget allocation of 434 billion 221,765,938 naira and 79 kobo. 434 billion 221,765,938 naira and 79 kobo. The total capital expenditure is 222 billion 337,320,199 naira and 85 kobo. The total recurrent expenditure is 211 billion 884,445,738 naira and 94 kobo. One thing you will immediately notice as we debate this budget is that we have been able to once again achieve a budget where capital expenditure is about 2.4% higher than the recurrent expenditure. We believe that the growth of our economy is dependent on the fiscal decisions we take regarding our capital expenditure. Therefore, we're focusing on projects that will yield positive results for our economy in our areas of comparative advantage. Since assuming office in 2019, we have worked towards reducing our infrastructural deficit in 4 focus sectors: agriculture, education, health, and security. This has been largely responsible for the growth in our economy, such that for the fiscal year 2022, Oyo State was 6th in the highest internally generated revenue IGR in Nigeria and number 1 in IGR from local government councils. In real terms, we are just a few months away from completely linking all 5 zones in the state through vital road network. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members of these hallowed chambers, we are aware of the recent complaints from our people on the state of inner roads in their states. I read most things people post on social media, and sometimes I feel like I can get hold of that fellow writing nonsense and beat the guy over the head. As a leader, you have to develop thick skin, and you also have to listen to the people. If in the middle of all the shenanigans, there may be real issues that we have to address. I was reading, I think it was front page of Guardian newspaper 3 days ago, and a professor, I guess the prof lives on Akala Way in Nakuru. They had about 8 pictures in that newspaper, and 6 of those 8 pictures from Akala Way. Well, my honorable commissioner for local government lives in that axis as well. He has asked me to fix the road, but I said to him, we'll get there. We have to prioritize roads that have impact on our economy first. And that is what we will continue to do. From my house to the train station at the Monia, if I'm going to Lagos, it will take me exactly the same amount of time from somebody living in Seyi to the same train station to go to Lagos. That is the Oyo State that we want to see. And that is what we will continue to do, to let our infrastructure target our economy. And once we're able to improve our economy, then we'll be able to do more. So for this budget, we're estimating an IGR of 72 billion naira, which is an average of 6 billion naira per month. Currently, we're at 3.8, 3.9 billion monthly. So we're saying we have to push to almost double our IGR. We have chosen a conservative amount which we hope to meet and surpass to ensure that we improve our budget performance from about 70%, which we recorded last year. To achieve this, we will continue to use technology to block loopholes and expand our tax nets to include more persons who are not already captured. As with the previous years, we have no plans of increasing taxes. Let me just give one small example. Streamlining processes within the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development has led to increased revenue from that ministry. And just last month, we recorded an all-time revenue high of about 4.8 billion naira for that Ministry of Land. So you are also aware that we have expanded the sectors through which we are growing our economic pillar from 2 to 4, with the addition of solid minerals development and tourism. To this end, we signed 2 executive orders this past October 2023. These are executive orders number 1 and 2 of 2023. For the solid minerals sector, we signed a first of its kind executive order. I can report that some states, maybe they have something similar, not quite, but no other state in Nigeria has been able to come up with what we have done. That executive order protects our mining communities against insecurity and exploitation. We plan to work with these mining communities to ensure they and the states benefit from the exploitation of mineral deposits in our land. Well, it's a federal government exclusive right, but people mining in our communities, they take those big vehicles, they drive on the state road and they spoil the road. And the state will have to fix those roads. So we must protect our communities. They give them petitions, they get our traditional rulers to sign for them, and then they move in there. And I can say, without any fear of contradiction, we will witness a totally different order within the mining environment in Oyo State in this coming year. Executive Order number 2 separates the Ministry of Culture and Tourism from the Ministry of Information and Orientation. This better positions the Ministry of Culture and Tourism to focus on the activities and projects it needs to carry out to harness the state's tourism potential. Let me pause to thank the 10th Assembly for your continued cooperation with the executive arm of government, resulting in the easier passage of bills we have transmitted to the House of Assembly. Well, it is our prayer that this mutual collaboration continues during this tenure to the benefit of the good people of the state. But if you somehow decide you're not going to compete with you, we will also fight. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members of the House, further perusal of the 2024 budget of the Economic Recovery reveals the key sectoral composition as follows. Education, 90,654,949,252 naira and 68 kobo, which is 20.88% of the total budget. That's what we have for education. Infrastructure, 74,316,325,706 naira and 80 kobo, which is 17.11% of the total budget. For health, we have 40,998,197,758 naira and 30 kobo, which is 9.44% of the total budget. While agriculture gets 15,848,708,031 naira and 80 kobo, which is 3.65% of the total budget. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members of the House, this breakdown shows that our administration is once again prioritizing our education sector. When we assumed office in 2019, the huge deficit in this sector showed that we will require 70 billion naira to offset it. This called for innovative steps to save our schools and children's future. I mean, every time I see people post pictures of our schools where the roofs have been blown up or our children learning on the bare floor, yes, we didn't get there in one day. I attended a public primary school and public secondary school in this state and in this city, Ibadan. And yes, we're not as lucky and privileged as those that went to ISI and the rest. But we had enough to give us the knowledge that made us competitive to go into the university. So we didn't get to this position overnight, and we will not get out of it overnight. But as an administration, we know that we have to be creative, and this is exactly what we're doing. So, with the huge budget deficit in front of us, we knew we had to take innovative steps to save our schools and children's future. So, aside from consistently paying the Universal Basic Education Commission counterpart funding that allowed us to access matching grants from the federal government, we piloted a project whereby all students and alumni of schools can work with the state government to fund infrastructural development. I want to report that the success of this project in Government College Ibadan has led to opening the opportunity to other schools within the state. Additionally, Although the percentage allocation to education in the budget remains largely the same, about 20%, the total sum allocated to education has been increased from about 58 billion in the 2023 budget to over 90 billion. So we believe this will further help to reduce the infrastructure and manpower deficit in this sector. Infrastructure comes next at 17.11% of our total budget. You will recall that we started with constructing the 110 kilometers Senator Rashidi Ladaja Circular Road under Obututu 1.0, focusing on the bridges and interchanges and the 32-kilometer East End Wing. We plan to continue the construction of this road and thereby further open the Ibadan up to increase economic activities. Furthermore, we have allocated funds in this budget to rehabilitate 16 additional roads and 4 bridges. Our health sector is getting 9.44% of the budget. Although this represents a drop in percentage from our last budget, it represents a marginal increase of over 4 billion naira in budgetary allocation. We plan to continue with upgrading and equipping our healthcare facilities with funds allocated in this budget. There are immediate plans to complete the outstanding primary healthcare centers. The upgrade has been going on while equipping already rehabilitated facilities. We will also work with the international organization and development agencies to ensure that our secondary and tertiary healthcare facilities receive the necessary attention to bring them up to standard. Mr. Speaker and the honorable members of the 10th Assembly, you will note the same marginal increase of about 4 billion naira in the allocation to agriculture. You will recall that we have initiated an input distribution package for our smallholder farmers under the SAFER initiative. We also work with the World Bank to provide inputs to our smallholder farmers under Oyo State CARES program. We plan to build on various interventions we have introduced to help our smallholder farmers focus on productivity. At the same time, we will, in the next few months, be completing work on Fashola Agribusiness Industrial Hub. I'm happy to report that the work done at this hub has further revealed the economic benefits of locating projects around our areas of comparative advantage. Because of this project, the Oyo zone has been opened up for more business, as this axis now hosts large and medium-scale agribusinesses. The Oyo Isayi Road reconstruction, which was commissioned in September 2023, is also driving businesses to this zone. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members of the Oyo State House of Assembly, we have taken necessary steps to ensure that this budget addresses the economic challenges we envisage for 2024. It is our firm belief that with this budget and the support of the good people of Oyo State, we will continue to grow our economy in the coming year. We therefore pray the House to see to the speedy passing of this 2024 Oyo State Appropriation Bill for the benefit of the good people of Oyo State. And I've been promised that there will not be padding. And let me say this as I round up. We've worked together, and I'm saying this because this is the first budget that I'll be presented to the House after the election. And because the 9th Assembly, we work together. Even though people may say, oh, you have separation of powers. Yes, that's true. But the main objective is the same. We want to achieve a better state for all of us. And the Ninth Assembly, they did not care, even when people say, oh, they are rubber stamp. Yeah, if you rubber stamp to ensure that your state enjoys a better life, yes, so it is. And people took notice of it. And that is why this 10th Assembly has the highest number of returnees in the history of Oyo State House of Assembly. Well, this is not allowed by the House rule. I'm about finishing my speech, and then let me just round up by saying to the honorable members of this assembly, some of you will come back, some of you will go higher politically, but it is what we are able to deliver to the people of Oyo State that they will rate us on. And me, no thought. So the ball is in your court. So I want to thank you